Hello, in this video, we are going to look at how we subtract using the column method. So the way we do this is if we look at the questions on the left-hand side of the screen, there are two to answer. We've got 349 subtract 153. That's the first question. And the second question is 463 minus 334. Okay, so the really important thing about this sort of question is making sure that we line the numbers up properly into our column method over here. So this is what we call the column method, okay? And we need to put the numbers in very carefully, otherwise it will go wrong, okay? So let's look at the first question. We have 349 subtract 153. Now I'm going to put this number in the column method first, okay? So I'm going to put 349 inside the columns first. Okay, the way I do this is 349. In this number, I have 300s. My second digit is 4, isn't it? That's 4 tens. And my third digit is 9. So I've got 9 ones. Okay, it's important that we put the first number at the top. Okay, and then the second number is going to go underneath. So I've got, in my second number, I've got 1 as the first digit. So I've got 1 under the hundreds. I've got 5, which goes into the tens column. And I've got 3, which goes into the ones column. Okay. And finally, I'm just going to put a subtraction sign here because that will remind me what it is that I'm doing. Okay, now we have set the column method up perfectly. So let's solve this. I need to start on the right-hand side. I always start subtracting on the right-hand side, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is 9 subtract 3. So I'll put 9 in my head and I'm going to take away 3, okay? So 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, so 9 subtract 3 is 6. And I'm going to put the answer underneath. So 9 subtract 3, 6. 6 goes underneath the 9 and the 3. My next question, I have to move along to the next column, and it's 4 subtract 5. Now, this is a tricky one because 4 is a smaller number than 5, so we can't subtract 5 from 4. It's impossible to do. Okay, so this is what we need to do. We need to borrow a number from the left-hand side. So I've got to borrow a number from the 3. Okay, all that really means is I'm going to take 1 away from the 3. So take 1 away from 3, it gives us 2. And the one that I borrowed, I'm going to stick in front of the 4, so it becomes 14. So now my question is 14 subtract 5, and that's a lot easier to do because we can take 5 away from 14, can't we? So 14 in my head, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. The answer is 9. So I put 9 underneath. Okay, and now finally, I'm going to move on to the first column here, which is the final one to solve. So I have 2 subtract 1. I no longer have 3, do I? I crossed it out and I put 2. So I've got 2 hundreds now. 2 subtract 1. 2 in my head, take away 1, 1. Yeah, so I'm going to put 1 underneath. And that's how I get my answer. So the answer to 349 subtract 153 is 196. Okay, so I'm going to do it one more time with the next question. We have 463 subtract 334. So once again, I get the first number and I put it inside the columns. So 463. Okay, and then my next number goes underneath 334. And once again, I'm going to put that little subtraction sign just to remind me what it is I'm doing. Okay, so once again, we start from the right-hand side. I've got to do 3 subtract 4. But I can't do that, can I? I can't subtract 4 from 3 because 3 is a smaller number than 4. We can't take 4 away from 3, okay? There's not enough numbers. 3 is smaller than 4. So once again, I have to borrow from the left. So I'm going to borrow from that column there. Okay, so do you remember how we did it last time? When we borrow one from the left, we're going to cross one out and take one away. So 6 becomes 5. I'm then going to get that one that I borrowed and stick it in front of the 3. So now I've got 13 subtract 4, and I can do that. So 13 in my head, let's take 4 away. So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So my answer is 9, and that goes directly underneath those numbers. Next question is 5 subtract 3. So 5 in my head, subtract 3, 4, 3, 2. And my final question, this one at the end here, 4 subtract 3. 4 subtract 3. So 4 in my head, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So that's my answer. My answer is 129. So 463 subtract 334 equals 129. Okay, so now that I've shown you how to do this, have a look at the attached worksheet and see if you can answer the questions on that worksheet. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.